Imagine you're playing five-side football and David Beckham turns up and tells you what you're doing wrong. Well, this is kind of motorcycling's equivalent to that. So I was fortunate enough to do a closed road lap of the Isle of Man Snaefell Mountain Course in August of 2019 at the Classic TT, of which Bennett's is the title sponsor. We've got the lap record holder, Peter Hickman, with us today. Hi, Peter.
How you doing? You alright?
Very well, thank you. Excited about this, actually. I hope you're okay too.
Yeah, all good. I'm interested to see how you get on this lap, to be fair. I'm quite excited about it.
All right, well, I'll give you a bit of insight. What did you do? 16:42?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit more pedestrian than that. Peter, you've been here umpteen times. Do you still get nervous?
Do you know what? I've never been a nervous person in my entire career or life. Excited is probably the word I would use.
Do you focus on the first 100 yards, mile?
The first thing you need to get right is make sure you're in first gear. Sounds stupid, but you can, it's an easy mistake to make. People have done it, even at MotoGP level. I would be concentrating on making sure my wheel gets to the line to the exact point, and then getting my revs correct where the clutch is biting just where I want it. So when he gives me the tap on the shoulder and you see the little flag go up, I'll be absolutely on the mark straight away. I'm
trying to keep the revs up, thinking, right, the engine is definitely running, isn't it? It's definitely, and I'm not in neutral, like you just said.
I'm interested to see the start now. I want to see what revs you're at.
Right, here we go. We've got a bit of noise from the Honda, and right, Luke's disappeared, so he's just going out of sight further down there. Now, this is the weirdest feeling, is it? In terms of the focus, what you're looking at. What do you reckon?
Not too bad. You're probably a bit slack on the revs, to be fair. You're about 3,000. I don't think you found the bite so much. We'd probably be up at like 9, 10 or 11,000.
Just delighted I didn't stall it.
We're away now anyway, that's alright. Up over the top of St. Ninians.
Cautious.
Hey, your line's alright there, to be fair.
Yeah, so it's right to left.
Yeah, that's it. It's down the left side of the road. You're probably a little bit tight. You had to straighten yourself up a little bit then, didn't you?
How close to that gutter do you get on the right?
That's about right. About bang on. Good so far.
You don't want to be too far in, do you? And then this is the couple of little rises over there.
Yeah.
But you're top gear, 100 and however many miles an hour, and do you have a braking point for Quarter Bridge?
Yeah, we use the house on the left. It went past the start, but that's where you're going to start braking. You go back from 6th to 5th, let go of the brakes over the little jump, and then all the way back down to first gear where you are now. So this is Quarter Bridge, always quite slippy. First lap for us, we have to be nice and steady, but...
I'm on treaded tyres. I think they are from 1996 as well. But equally, of course, we haven't got any heat in the tyres, especially on that right-hand side, and again on the left-hand side down to Braddon. I went down one too many gears there, I think.
I don't know. I say the revs are about right there. That's fine. That's good. You want to be in a load of torque, so that's fine.
Definitely cautious.
I would say you're pretty good there, to be fair. First left-hander as well. You've got to be quite careful on your first left-hander, which is Braddon. And then the track drops away through that right, so you've got to be quite careful on it.
Definitely getting familiar with the bike now. We're only we're a couple of miles in, aren't we?
Yeah, you're not even 2 in yet, I would have thought. Up into Union Mills.
I couldn't quite believe I was catching Luke so quickly.
He's on the wrong side of the track, look.
There's quite a bit of dust there, isn't there, that gets flicked up. If you're going down, as I was going down the centre of the road, I don't know whether it's the right place to be, but there's all sorts of dust getting flicked up. Here he is, look.
Like it over the little job.
You can see I take my left hand off the bar here.
Just give him a little wave. Oh yeah, I can see it, yeah.
Tap my bum, see if he wants to follow me. Cheeky.
I like it.
Cheeky.
It's always good. Normally get a nice little wheelie along here.
Well, you would if you knew where you're going.
Pinned through the right. Did you keep it pinned? Oh no, you rolled off.
My plan was, for the bits that I knew, I would try a little bit. Not be too erratic, and for the bits that I didn't know, or when somebody else waved, I'd wave back.
Yeah, that's the best policy, that is.
Oh, Balagari.
Yeah, Balagari, it's fast through there. Not a bad line actually, to be fair. That was alright. I'll give you that. That's alright. You ended up in the middle about now, I would have thought. You should probably still be on the left a little bit, but that's fine. And a good place to be whenever you don't know where you're going around TT is sat on the white line, because it gives you the most amount of room either side.
Yeah.
So any bits you don't know, you should really be on the white line.
So we saw 140 indicated just down there. That was all right.
Yeah, that's not so bad.
Where are we now? Greba?
Yeah, this is not Greba yet. This is Crosby. That was DJ's corner. You just gone through there. This is Crosby with the Crosby pub on the right hand side.
And it's one of the fast boys just gone by. I think he's one of the pros.
Yeah, you should be on the right hand side of the road now. You're on the left. So you want to be on the right hand side of the road there, because the right hand side's got less of a jump on it than the left, so you can keep the bike more open all the way over the top.
I could see Matey in front of me at this point, so I knew there was no kind of vicious corners to roll off for, well, in theory.
This is now Greba Castle. So on super bikes we'll be from 6th back to 5th gear all the way through this. So probably like 150 mile an hour, and then back a couple into 3rd over this big bump on the way in. That's alright though. The line looks good, to be fair. Could use a bit more of the track on the exit, but overall that's actually spot on.
What are you looking for? You've got places all the way along the circuit, presumably, or the course that you look for your...
Yeah, there's markers all the way along. When you come out of this right-hander just here, you want to move over to the left where that gap was just there, and then turn in once you've gone past that gap. You're now looking at the curb on the right-hand side where it pokes out. That's your braking marker. You hit the brakes just there, which you pretty much bang on again. This is Greba Bridge. Yeah, not too bad at all. Needed to use all the track on the exit, but yeah, it was just, there's always little markers, whether it be a tree or a white line or, I don't know, it can be anything.
You remember them all?
Yeah, you just get used to it.
This is Gorsley, isn't it?
Yeah, this is Gorsley, so he's 7 miles in now. And then on the run down to Ballycrane. That was alright through there as well, to be fair.
Thank you.
I'm quite impressed so far. But to be fair, you've only done the easy bit.
Yeah. So where are we now? We're Ballycrane.
Yeah, and now it's going to get more technical.
I run a bit deep here. I run a bit wide. Remember that?
Yeah, that's alright. It's not too bad.
So I was 5 minutes to there, and you were, I've got a note, 3 minutes and 8 seconds. So I'm already almost 2 minutes down.
2 minutes down already.
So, you know, I didn't care how long it was going to take me. I was going to have the best time of my life here.
Well, that's what it's all about. You know, the fact that you've been able to do it is something quite special, isn't it? So yeah, having that opportunity is absolutely awesome, and you got to seize the opportunities when you get them. This is where Guy crashed a few years ago on the Honda. Ballick Bridge it's called just there. Yeah, and then you're going to run in towards Laurel Bank.
You can tell that I'm pretty hesitant here because I'm not quite sure how...
Yeah, you're staying tight, but actually that's a good thing. That's where you want to be. And then flick over to the left. That's fine. That's good. Little squirt. Hard on the brakes again. You want to get in really early, so you'll probably miss the apex because you're wide. Yeah, you want to get in really early there, and then let the bike run out. And then you're coming up to Black Dubs. There's a little jump over on the right hand side here.
Just there.
Just about there now. And we'll be back to 3rd gear for this left. Flicking over to the right, track drops away from you.
And at this point, are you looking to get from side of the road to side of the road, or are you staying in the middle?
Yeah, you tend to use all the track, so I'll be over on the left now, then I'll be coming to the right, then I'll be back in towards the left, really tight, just there, back over to the right hand side again, and then into this next left. This is off camber, you've got to be really, really careful when you're going fast, because you can really close the front dead easily. This is Glen Helens. This is the end of Sector 1.
So it's comment box on the right hand side there. You've gone through that 4 minutes 10. Yeah, I'm more like 6:40.
Up to Sarah's cottage.
And now I'm kind of, again, semi-familiar. I know there's a bit of a left-right, and then we're up onto the Cronky Body, aren't we?
Yeah, that's it. It's quite fast through all this. Like, you can keep the throttle on all the way through.
I'm eager. Can you tell I'm eager?
Yeah, you just want to get on.
Equally, I'm quite happy just to wave at people and acknowledge them and give us a bit of a thumbs up.
Yeah, that's the whole point about it, isn't it? Just have a bit of fun.
Again, I wasn't too sure on how fast this bit was.
Yeah, real fast corner that.
That's fast, is it, that bit?
Yeah, top gear we can do that in. Same for this bit, you can go pin through this first right, where you've rolled off, you can actually go flat out through that first right, then you can brake quite hard down a couple of gears into this left. It's called Drinkwaters, it's quite an unusual name. Change the direction.
How far are we in now? We must be 11, nearly 12 miles already.
Yeah, just over 11 miles right, so it's Molyneux's at the top at the end of Cronky Body. And you've got Hanley's Wall coming up, so there's a big, massive concrete wall on your right hand side in a second.
Yeah, I'll stay away from that.
Yeah. Always a good idea to stay away from the wall. There it is. But your line's about bang on again. To be fair, your lines have been not far off at all everywhere so far.
There's There's a bit coming up soon where I get behind a few slower guys, and I'm so tentative, so cautious. It's almost worth fast forwarding through that bit. But. By the time we get back in 2020, 2021, assuming that all is well and we get to do the TT in the same time slot, then you'll have been away from that island for 2 years? Is that right?
Yeah, it will be 2 years. Yeah.
What will you go over beforehand and sort of familiarise yourself with it, or can you look at a lap of your own to know exactly, to get yourself back sharp again?
Yeah, to be honest, it's not something I'm too worried about. I've got a good knowledge of this course, and I feel like I could turn up now, which is just over a year later, and still be fine. Whether I still feel the same next year, I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not too worried. I feel like I've got enough knowledge for the whole place to be able to just turn up there and crack on. Really, I know I can still, I can talk you through it without watching it all the way through. So I think I should be alright.
Right, where are we now?
Run to Kirkmichael now.
Oh, coming to Kirkmichael.
Yeah. So you've just gone through 13 milestone.
Oh, so we've been through Bagara, haven't we?
Yeah, already done Bagara, top and bottom. One of the scariest spots, actually, top and bottom of Bagara. You can see it coming. That's the worst thing about that one. You know what's about to happen.
And I've heard that people accelerating through the bottom of the Bagara. That's the way to settle the bike, right?
That is right, yeah, you've got to be on the throttle. And then this is probably one of my favourite sections, getting to go 170 mile an hour through the village is pretty
awesome.
You're doing 120, so that's not so bad.
I've got 1, 2, I think 3 in front of me here. Just a bit cautious, because I don't know them. I don't know who they are, and I don't know what bikes they're on, and I don't know how good their course knowledge is. Are you the same if you come up behind back markers?
Yeah, exactly that. It's the best way to be, even on that... on the lap record lap, I caught a load of people through Kirkmichael, funnily enough. There was 4 of them, so I managed to kind of take one early doors, and then the second one I thought about riding around the outside of him, and I didn't, and it was a good job I didn't, because he then used all the track. So you just, at the end of the day, you've just got to be nice and careful and as safe as possible, because you're not just putting yourself in danger, you're putting other people in danger. So it's dangerous enough without pulling daft moves.
So this is an area so we're now between Rencullen and Ballaugh, aren't we? And
yes, this is called Bishop's Court. You're then going to go through Iceman's, which is here, so you've got a curb there, hedge on the right hand side, another curb on the left. And then you're going to do Alpine, real fast corner. We'll do it in 5th on the superbike, so we'll be 6th all the way through this. We'll go back to 5th now, over that jump, already back on the throttle, nice and tight, use all the track on the exit. And then we'll be back up to 6th gear somewhere along here, and flat out all the way until you get to the 30 mile an hour signs for Ballaugh. I'm hoping you're going to pass him here.
Yeah, I'm a bit cautious. Right, we'll have one look. That was a bit more mirror signal manoeuvre, wasn't it, than any kind of racing piece. Here we are.
That's alright. Line's good. That's alright, yeah, not too bad at all.
Doesn't it feel good, though, when you've got all those people watching and waving and sticking their phones out?
Yeah, you almost get an atmosphere inside your own helmet. It's... you can just sense, you can feel the people there, which is, as a racer, it's just awesome. It does spur you on.
Do you tell yourself, no, I can't focus on anything else but the racing line, or do you fight to catch yourself getting sort of 20/20 vision where you can, peripheral vision rather?
Yeah, you've got your peripheral vision all the time, but you're not. You don't. I don't know. It's hard to say. It's not a conscious thing that you're trying to think. Oh, I need to concentrate here. I need to concentrate here. You just, I don't know. You just manage to do it. Although I am very much a person that doesn't overthink anyway in life in general, so maybe that's just me, as we're at Quarry Bends now, seeing this is an important section because you've got a big long straight after it, which is Sulby. So
we're halfway around now, aren't we? Over halfway already.
Yeah, about that. Yeah, just over 18 miles we've just gone now, so pretty much half distance. So what are you on? 12 minutes. Wow, so you're going to be nearly a 25-minute lap if you keep this up, keep this speed up. There you go, you blasted him anyway, that was alright.
I know, it's straight, this bit.
It's always easy to go fast on a straight bit.
Using the 125 horsepower or whatever it's lost between 1996 and now.
Yeah, she's doing 150 there, where are you up to now? 55? Oh, you're not far off 160.
It's alright.
That was alright.
Again, I wasn't sure, because I remember this kink here, because there's a board, isn't there, that says speed limit 135, I think it says.
Yeah.
I wasn't quite sure how far after that bit I had to brake. I think I run a bit deep here.
Oh yeah, you got a bit excited, didn't you? That's alright.
Just looking out for all the BikeSocial banners here on the right, look.
Yeah, that's it. Good line actually that for Ginger Hall. That's it's quite a difficult line to take through there. We run out, big jump just there, got to straighten the bike up. Now it gets really bumpy. How was the old suspension?
Oh yeah, it was mellow.
Mellow.
Especially at the rear. Actually, I tell you what, a bloke called Dave Hewson, I don't know if you know him, I was part of his pit team for the senior race. And in return, we filmed it, so we did a bit of a preview and then a review, and he showed me how to change the visor on his helmet and all the rest of it. Thankfully, he came in, he said, no visor, no visor. I was like, that's the best words everyone's ever said to me. But he sorted out the rear suspension on the bike before I went out for this, so he wasn't too bad.
Yeah, good. Mellow's a good word for a bike around TT. If you've got a mellow bike, that's good.
So, especially this section is quite bumpy here, isn't it?
It's really, really bumpy, and the cameras never do it justice. When I take people around in the car, they literally can't believe how bad it is, even after watching so many videos and stuff. And we're only doing 30, 40 mile an hour in a car.
So what section are we now? We're heading...
You're coming up to Conker Trees, so you're going past Silly Moo's campsite on the left-hand side in a second. You've got the K-tree coming up, which will be on your left-hand side. That's it, straighten it up. There you go, that's where that blue thing is, that's the K-tree. It's basically to remind you of the curb, because the curb sticks out. Because you can't quite see it, because the curb's past like the drop of the road. Really, really bumpy that right hand just there, probably the worst one on the track. Now you get like a tiny little breather as you flick left to right, and then it goes back to being bumpy again as you run into Milltown and then on the way into Ramsey.
And Milltown's flat out?
Flat out in 5th gear, so you'll be 5th already. Big jump just there, and then pinned all the way through this right.
And then we're up towards Ramsey now.
Yeah, Schoolhouse Corner first, and then Parliament Square. Right inside the road, looking for the wall. There's a wall along there somewhere that's painted pink or orange or something. That's what I use as braking marker.
Is there plenty of runoff on that right hand side there?
Yeah, you can use the bus stop if you really need to, but you shouldn't have to. I've used it once.
Once?
Yeah, you shouldn't really. Yeah, once was enough.
I bet it gets dusty out there. It's pretty slippery.
Yeah, really dusty. Yeah, there's a photograph of it actually. I'm following Dave O. Johnson.
And all the people down here, it's mega, isn't it? It's lovely to watch them all. I was a bit wide here.
Absolutely awesome.
Just checking out the Bennett's banners, you see.
Bumpy again as you go up through Mayhill there. This is called White Gates, just on the left. And then you're going to go through a corner called Stella Maris, real good corner. It's nice on camber.
I'd spent the morning of this day with Roy Moore in that commentary booth.
And you?
Yeah, you'd see me taking my left hand off the screen now. I was giving him a wave because he knew I was going to come round. Here, look, there you are, 16:42.77. At that point, you'd finished.
I'd finished.
Yeah, I'd still got a fair way to go.
Always got to be a little bit dodgy under here. You've got to be a bit careful because, especially if there's been a bit of water about, and every now and again on the Isle of Man there is some rain. It normally stays damp under them trees, so you have to be quite careful.
And this is always tighter than I think it is.
Yeah, the second one's always a lot slower than what you want.
Oh, we'll have another gear there.
Through the right. It's bumpy through that right left as well. I don't even know what it's called, but I know it's bumpy.
So I know I'm heading up towards Gooseneck, aren't we, at the moment?
Yep. You've got a fast right-hander followed by another left. That's it. Get into there. And then you're at the Gooseneck. So somewhere that we can have a pit board is on the exit of here. On the left-hand side normally is a really prime opportune place. Just there on the left-hand side you can have a pit board in that little gap. It tells you what's going on.
Do you normally have one there, do you?
I didn't actually. The last couple of years I've not had one there. I did one a bit further along instead.
You have one outside just after Bungalow, I think. Is that right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, but that gives me a Ramsey time, so it's behind itself quite a lot, but it just gives me an indication of where I'm at. Joey's, and then you're going to run up to Guthrie's.
It was a nice day for it as well. It wasn't too windy, nice and bright.
Yeah, it looks good.
It's ideal. I'm just a bit worried about this fella again. I know I've got enough power, but I don't know what he's on. And he's catching someone else as well. Do you know what? I think it's Dave Roper. This is Guthrie's, right?
You were on line, but he was a bit wide. Getting into there. Now, this is really quite important, this section, because you're going to come up to the mountain mile. So all of this run, you're going to carry this momentum all the way through.
Yeah.
So this left-hander just here is really important, and then the next right again. Because you want to try and carry as much speed as possible through, because you've got a big, long mile straight. You're
absolutely pinned in top gear.
Yeah. Fourth gear for us coming onto it, and then fifth, and then sixth. But no, yeah, you don't shut off at all. It's absolutely pinned. So you've been sixth gear by now, and just absolutely flat jack all the way. I'll tell you where we shut off, but it's not yet. Yeah, you're not too sure about passing him.
No. He's using all the roads, and he hasn't got any mirrors. But not that I've got mirrors that are usable, but. I also, it's not a race, and I didn't want to muck him about or mess his lap up or whatever. He's enjoying himself.
So we shut off just about now, and then back on again, and then in this bridge just there, back 2 gears, back to fourth.
Several apexes here, aren't there?
Yeah, so you missed the first apex, click the second one, missed the third one, and hit the fourth one. That one. That's it. Then we'll be back up to fifth gear for us. And again, you've just got to try and keep that momentum going. Oh, there you go. Nailed him. No problem.
Still climbing. Use the power. Psyched him out.
Yeah, this is a corner that I always think you can go through faster. Every time I do it, I think, I can go through there faster. And every single lap, I end up rolling.
That right one? The right?
Yeah, that right hander. I don't know what it's called.
And this is... we're still climbing.
Yeah, you're still climbing now. This is a veranda. Same, you've got kind of markers all the way through it, but you want to make sure you're into that last one, so then you can use all the track on the exit.
And I'm trying to wrap my... At this point, I'm trying to think, how far is it to the bungalow? And I can't quite remember whether there's more corners. And then I see a left, and I'm like, no, okay, well, that's not the bungalow, but it's a left-hander.
This is Graham's Memorial. And then, I don't know what the next right-hander is, but then the bungalow's after that. There's a marshal box on the left-hand side somewhere. That's like my apex marker, but to tell me where I need to apex on the inside.
Okay. How... Are you back a couple for this?
Yeah, so back from fourth to second.
Second?
On the changeover up to third. And then I have my board on the left just there.
I suppose have you got to get the bike upright for the tram lines, or do they not really matter?
Yeah, it doesn't really matter, but it just the natural line is that you pretty much change direction on them, so you're upright as you go over.
Yeah. And we're pretty much the highest part of the course now.
Yeah, you're going to start going downhills shortly, and it'll feel like your bike's got a turbo. Because the whole time, all this way, the bike's been pulling uphill all the time. So once you come off Kate's Cottage and from out of the Cregner Bar, it always feels like someone bolted a turbo to your bike. It starts revving real fast because you're going downhill. This is an awesome corner, the 32nd.
Yeah.
Hit a couple of apexes and then.
This is all one corner, is it?
Yeah, that's it.
And this is Windy Corner.
Yeah, Windy Corner. Named aptly because it's always windy.
And you hug the right there. And I remember seeing your lap, and you get quite wide on the exit there, don't you?
Yeah, I used a bit too much of the road, and it was a bit dusty, and that's why it spun up, but it actually didn't cost me too much, fortunately. It cost me a little bit all the way along here. It cost me a little bit of drive, but not a lot.
This was when you're going downhill and you're chasing, and you're head down, and you're absolutely pinned, aren't you?
Yeah, pinned in 6 all the way to about there now. Back a couple of gears, and then you want to be off the brakes, then back on the throttle. So get on the throttle, let it run out. You stayed on the left, but you should run out over the white lines and then back again. Then I'll be up to 5th again probably, before getting to Kate's Cottage.
Here's my mate. Look, he helped me with the petrol the previous night when I ran out of petrol just there, and he had a camper van, and I've given him a little wave.
Keppel Gate just there, and then it's Kate's Cottage now. This is where that awesome photo of myself on the Superstar race where I've spun on the exit. That's the Superstar race.
Mint. I've got a lovely picture of just that over the crest. There's a fellow on the left hand side who's taking a shot, so looking back at me. Mint. Same here. You can see him hand off the left hand bar, just waving. And I deliberately get right over to the left-hand side here, and like I almost go give him a high five.
Yeah, like it. That's exactly what I do, especially in practices and stuff. I'm always pretty much on the white line or past it.
Because they're all out there with their phones, aren't they? Brilliant.
Make everyone jump. And this is where your bike feels like it's just got a load of speed from somewhere. The bike just accelerates really fast through all the gears. Probably one of the fastest parts of the course is just here to Brandish.
What a corner that is.
Oh, it's a mega fast corner. 4th gear on Superbike, it's so fast. Ace. And then Hilbury next, which is also another hell of a fast corner.
But that's pretty daunting, the first time you've come round here on your first ever flying lap.
Yeah, it was alright really. I wasn't too phased by any of it, to be honest. I just really enjoyed it. I just wanted to get straight back out. That's all I was bothered about, really.
Do you remember your first ever lap?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can remember the first lap.
Was a newcomer lap, I take it?
Yeah, so I did one lap behind Milky, and then I did some laps by myself. I don't know how fast the lap was behind Milky, but it'd probably been about 100 mile an hour-ish average. And then we have to pull in, so we just fueled the bike up because we can do 2 laps on a full tank. So we fueled the bike up and I did 2 laps, and my first lap was 109 miles an hour and my second lap was 115.
Fantastic. What a thrill that was.
Yeah.
So here we are, we're coming up to a part of the course that of course isn't a road, well, it isn't part of the normal public roads.
The old road. Yeah, that was called the Nook just there, and it's real tight and twisty all the way through all this, back to first gear. Really tight. Yeah, good line again though. I'll tell you what, to fair play to you, most of your lines have been pretty much bang on, to be honest.
Oh, thank you. Oh,
You've obviously watched a lot of Onboard.
Yours, yeah. And then here we are, home stretch.
Did you do a wheelie or not?
Well, there was an attempt.
Oh, you well into the red there. I like it.
I've got to give them something to cheer about.
Yeah.
There you are.
Oh, mega.
25 minutes, 37.8.
That was all right. What's that? What average is that?
Well, I worked it out as 88.3.
88. That's all right, isn't it?
Overall assessment?
Not too bad. Better than what I thought.
Oh, thank you very much. I'll take that.
Not too bad at all.
Right, thank you so much for your time and your
You're welcome.
critique, and you didn't embarrass me too much, so that's great.
You did all right, so I thought I can't be taking the mick too much.
Thanks, Peter. Good luck with the rest of the BSB season, and we'll look forward to seeing you all hopefully back in action at the TT in 2021.
Fingers crossed. Cheers, mate. See you later.